and welcome back to our craft series. This week we're going to make a fabric sweet cone, a lovely little thing, a gift that you can make up for children and fill with all these lovely big lollipops and things like that. There's lots of sweets you can get, and lovely Christmas fabric that you can buy with lovely candy cones and things on it. The actual fabric that I'm using today has all these lovely little gingerbread men and cookies, biscuits and things on it. So we'll go ahead and make up our fabric sweet cone. To make up our fabric cone, we need some fabric. As I say, I've some Christmas fabric here with little gingerbread men on the outside, and then we need some lining. I've a nice red here that picks up the red on the outside. We need some lining fabric, and we need some heavyweight valine, iron-on valine. That will make up the cone shape. And we also need some rickrack. Again, I have a red just to pick up the red in the main fabric. And I've cut out some motifs from cardboard, some snowmen, there's a Santa there. You can cut these out from some old Christmas cards. There's lots of these around at Christmas time. Just as I say, cut them out and we'll use one of those later on. And you also need your template. The measurements for this will be in the Country Living magazine, so you can get your measurements from the magazine. So we'll go ahead. The first thing we're going to do is iron our valine onto the back of our main fabric. And if you have a look at the valine, there's a smooth side and there's a rough side. This is kind of like rough, shiny side. So make sure that that side, that's the sticky side, that you laid that side down on the wrong side of your fabric. And we're going to press these two together. So we'll take it over to the ironing board, and yeah, that's hot enough. So just press away, and this will give our fabric cone a bit of stiffness. It'll give it a bit of body and it'll give it that lovely shape as well. So iron your valine onto the back of your fabric, and then we have our lining fabric. So just put that down. Put your main fabric right sides together down, and then take your template and lay that down over the whole lot. We're literally just going to draw all around the edge. So I'm just going to use I'll use a pencil actually. Yeah, I'll use a pencil. So just as I say, draw all around. I made my template from cardboard so I could use it you know, as a guide to draw all around the edge. So you can make yours up as well with cardboard. So you can see there that that's the shape of our cone. So I'm just going to take some pins. I'm going to pin the three pieces together like so. And now I'm going to sew on that line all the way across, all the way down. So I'm just going to take that to the sewing machine, and just off we go. I've actually just sewn inside that line about 1/4 of an inch. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera there, but that's my drawn line on the outside, and I've taken a very scant 1/4 of an inch just inside that line. That's my sewing line. So now I'm going to cut that out. So this time you actually cut on the line. So let's go ahead and cut along here. And just cut along here. I have my three pieces here. I have my valine ironed onto the back of my main fabric, and I have my lining underneath that. So I'm just cutting just outside that sewing line. Remove my pins. There we go. It's like that cut. Now all we do at this stage is literally turn it out. You can kind of nearly see the shape, you know, it taking shape already. So just make sure that it's folded out properly here. And again, we bring it over to the ironing board and we press it. So I'll just bring it over here, smooth it out. Give it a good press. So that's our basic shape. That has a nice kind of a stiff feel to it now. You know, it'll be nice and stiff when we're putting the, it'll hold the sweets and whatever. You can put anything into these little things really. Small little gifts would be nice as well, but I'm using it as a sweet cone. So the next thing we're going to do is take our rickrack and just lay it along the edge, just like that, and we'll sew that down. So I'm just going to pin that here and take another pin. I might just pin it there. And I'm going to take that to the sewing machine and literally sew that down. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Oh. As I say, there's some lovely fabrics out there, Christmas fabrics, that you can buy in the shops. Lots of different things you can make with it as well, but this is just one item that you can make. It's a lovely gift actually, and again, it's homemade, and people really do love receiving gifts that you made, and they are that little bit special. There we are, that's our rickrack down. Cut away the excess there. That's it. This way here. That's our cone. So I'm going to fold this in half because I want to, and I'm going to finger press it really hard. And I can see that that's the center there. And now I'm going to lay my motif, my cardboard motif on top of that. Let's see now. Maybe that fellow or this fellow. Yeah, I think I like the white snowman. I'm going to lay him down there, and I'm going to literally sew that all around the edge on my machine. So I'm going to lift it, bring it over to my machine, and don't be afraid to sew this with, you know, the paper on your machine. It's not going to damage your needle or anything. There we go. I'm just literally sewing all around the edge of this motif. You can use a zigzag or a straight stitch. I'm using a straight stitch. Fine. Nearly there. I would pick an awkward one. I could have gone for an easier one. There just seems to be lots of nooks and crannies in this one. Where are we? There we are. Now, take it out. Slip away. Just to cut away your threads. You can see my little motif there, and it's in the center. I use that line that I finger pressed earlier on as a center, a guide to lay my motif on. So literally just bring it over and sew down your side seam. I'll go ahead and do that now. Back tack. Go again. Now you can finish off that edge with your zigzag if you wish. I'm not going to do it here this morning because I just want to finish it off. But you can, if you like, zigzag all the way down, and that'll give us a nice neat finish on the inside. But we'll turn it out. And I'll just use, this is a chopstick I have here. I'll just use that to poke out the edge or the corner, the bottom of it. Takes a minute or two. There we are. So that's our fabric candy cone, and you can fill that up with lots of lovely sweets and things, or you can put some, you know, a nice little gift in it if you wish. But what child wouldn't love to get that for Christmas? And there's lots of different images you can put in the front. I have some little angels there, there's another one here, there's a little dog there with a Santa hat. You know, you can pick these up on, cut these out from old Christmas cards and things. So I hope you have lots of fun making your fabric candy cone. That's it for this week. See you again next week.